Shanti. Esteemed friend Mr. Sanjeev, dignitaries, organizing friends, and ladies and gentlemen, my namaskar to you all. Pranam. At the outset, I congratulate the organizers for organizing this wellness meet. Today we are talking about wellness everywhere and lifestyle, and so that we can do better what we are. And here I am emphasizing on the role of yoga in the wellness. For your information, in the recent past, there is a huge global market for the yoga and yoga professionals created because of the efficacy of yoga. Many researches have shown yoga can become a tool, very simple tool to live better, modify our lifestyle, and combat with many stress related disorders, particularly non-communicable diseases, what the many government are addressing nowadays. Before that, I would like to put this slide to talk about wellness. We talk about many other factors, but in my opinion, there are 4 instincts every woman are having. One is ahara, the food, what we take. It includes the water, air, what we breathe, what we drink. This is a basic instinct of every human being. The second one is the sleep, the quality of sleep, that also matters for our wellness. Third one is the empirical pleasure what we have. It's called mindful. It may be a sexual activity or any empirical sensual pleasures what we experience in day-to-day life. And the most important one is the fear or anxiety we get in life. These are the 4 instincts every human being having. They are called pravritti. But if you manage well, we can feel well. If you are not able to manage well, so then we feel always uneasy, one or the other problem, and we are living with so much of wealth and comforts, but still mentally we are not happy. So that's why I start with that practice. Many people nowadays practice yoga for fitness. This is a small dimension of yoga. But yoga is for mind management. If you take any physical postures, so the beginning it may be a physical postures, then we make it a physiological and psychophysiological posture, then it comes to the higher aspect. So then our mind has 2 facets, one attached to our ego, which attached to our body, take out from the inner world, and another mind, it goes to the consciousness, the higher frame of reference. So we begin from the outer world and it is taken to the inner world. Mind is the medium. So that's why in the entire yoga practice, we are the teachers here. If we emphasize on the mind management, then the entire wellness model will be what we will discuss. This is my experience and what we are teaching in our institute. So that mind management bring the harmony in the different systems. Harmony starts with the micro within the cell, between the cell, tissues, organs, systems, mind and body and intellect. Like this go on then ultimately with the infinite source, what we call the supreme consciousness. So that's why yoga taken care of harmony from the micro to the macro level. How much you would like to derive from the proper practice of yoga, that depends upon the range what you want. So it's an art of healthy living. From the ancient time, it's being practiced as a part of our life. People nowadays think that doing half an hour yoga means just doing some asanas or pranayama. Somebody do it in Sandhya Vandan, or somebody do it as a part of their activity. That's not the way. The way we wake up, the time we wake up, the time we eat, how we eat, what we eat, how we sleep, how we behave, all these things will come under the yogic result. So that's why we are not practicing yoga, we are living yoga. So that's the model has been explained in our ancient, traditional or classical yoga texts. So, but nowadays we are just promoting, to begin with, I don't say it's a wrong thing, to begin with just the studios have been opened, we have started practicing some postures or something, but that should not be the only the limit. We have to go beyond that so that we can experience reality. It's a science, but it's a subtler science. It's a darshan or a philosophy, and ultimately it is essentially a spiritual discipline. If spirituality is missing in the sadhana and will not get the maximum benefit out of it. Many people nowadays closely relate spirituality with religion or any sect or going to the temple or masjid or something. Simple word, spirituality is to know try to know the ultimate reality or what I am really. Experiencing my own self, the process towards that knowing what I am, that is spirituality. So that's why yoga starts with the gross body, the physical body, the physiological body, the psychological body. Then from gross to the subtle to the very, very root of the system. This is the process. That's why I went from the reverse order. It's begin with the mind, then how we can go into the different processes. So today I am talking in the morning about the stress, because I am talking about wellness and wellness model. Only I have 25-30 minutes. But now stress is an integral part of our life. Even I am coming here, there is a traffic jam, I can't reach. If it is you are very sensitive about the timings, so stress builds up. So this is the problem. So then, can you overcome the stress? We cannot avoid stress, but we can manage stress effectively. So the impact of stress on different parts of our body and mind can be effectively managed by the practice of yoga, so that they will not get into our systems. The impact of the negative impact of the stress shall not indulge into our health aspects or parameters. So that can be managed well. Research should have. I am putting some wonderful research papers at the end. So this is the beauty of yoga. In the Shastra it is called Heyam Dukkham Anagatam. Dukkha or pain or suffering is inevitable once we want. But can you manage it well? Can you prevent it? It is. It can be. And yoga is the means for that, this was then. Then I am given by the management of stress leads to the mindfulness, positive habits, and there will be connectedness within and outward world. So I connected with the people. I will not become isolated. You can see any person who becomes isolated, he may be intelligent, but he will not enjoy the life in a wholesome. Because man is a social animal. How many people we have, like-minded people, how much broad or big group we live, that much I am happy and well. This is the concept. That's why in the 6 factors of wellness, what modern medical science defines: physical, emotional, intellectual, social, occupational, and most importantly spiritual. People say yoga will take care of only spiritual, but no, if you see the scriptures, the ancient scriptures, yoga has taken care of each and every aspects of wellness. That's why yoga is the best model for. So next 3-4 sides, how yoga works. In Taitra, I'm a student of science. I've taken everything from the classical yoga texts, maybe some Upanishads or any sutras, darshanas or agama shastra, etc. But I've taken very secular science and prove it in the scientific parameters when it comes to the appliances. So because what I'm telling you, yoga is one is darshana. So for every, suppose a simple one is there's a fan or a AC air conditioner, it's a technology. Appliances we are using. The mic I'm using is an appliance. Behind this there is a technology. Beyond this technology there is a science. Beyond the science there is a philosophy. Many times we only know how to use this mic, the appliances. But a teacher, he should know not only this, the use of the mic, but the technology behind, science behind, the philosophy behind. I am telling you, so if you go to the medical doctor, they will give this prescription. But when a patient comes to us, we have to educate them. What is the big problem? First of all, we have to give the results by using the modules or the appliances. But we have to educate them where is the root cause of your problem. We make them to understand their own problem, educate them to overcome the problem. That's why we take this model from the Taitra Upanishad, where it defined I am the body of 3 bodies, gross, subtle and causal body, which go into the Panchakosha, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. So entire therapeutical models what we are finding nowadays, they all depend upon how we work on different layers. It is in the gross body, a subtle body or a psychic body. So how to enter into the deeper layers of our existence, that is the main use how we can live well. So within that body, we take up of the prana. From the kosha we come to the subtle one, prana. The prana we divide into different prana, pancha prana, etc. These are all theoretical, but only thing it is the left and right, the Surya and Chandra, the heat and cold, the good and bad. Like this, it's a duality. People say in yoga term it's a Shiva and Shakti, Ida and Pingala, like this. So same thing, we are going to the positive and negative energy, magnetic pole north and south. Like this, there is a always same thing in our physiological body. We have these 2 channels. By channelizing this energy through these 2 nostrils and making it to the neutralize, then we can go to the higher states of consciousness. How to channelize this one? Yoga people identify there are 6 chakras. They are called psychic centers. So the modern medical physiologists, they also relate them with some physiological aspects. But for us, there are different dimensions working on the gross body, subtle body and the higher body. Suppose it's just like a jada, that's a root, mooladhara. Then reproduction, all these activities taken care by the swadhisthana. So if you practice then the manipura, that digestion, survival factor. So like this, each chakra will take care of certain specific responsibilities and duties. Accordingly, the asanas, the ancient asanas, not the modern asanas, what we are seeing in the gym or studios. Ushtrasana, Matsyendrasana, Bhujangasana, Sarvangasana, they are all designed to open the channels, blocked channels. The yoga teacher who is an expert, they should know how to, where is the blockage, how to open them. So this is the science. So it cannot be just do 1 or 2 asanas. That's why I'm giving the next stage. This is where how yoga works. Not just doing 1 or 2 asanas, bending, etc. That also gives some fitness. But channelization of energy, then to the going to the higher aspect, is the main objective of yoga. So for that, Patanjali explains Ashtanga Yoga. If If you go to Gerunda Muni, he explains about the Saptanga Yoga. For that, we take this intervention. This is the result of my study. Just one slide, it's a very, very important slide. How yoga works. Suppose you want to live well. You want to practice yoga for 45 minutes or so in the real performance, but you want to analyze. What is that? First of all, we have some purificatory processes. Just I come and stand there, so a lot of things, just I spend only half minute or so. I close my eyes, relax and chant it, then I feel myself completely channelize myself. Same thing, there is a blockage. Nowadays there is a lot of things. I can wash my nasal passages with the air. Like this. Then I can wash with the water, Jalanit. I can wash with the thread, Sutranit. Same thing, our entire alimentary canal, gastrointestinal tract. I can use the water, I can use the air, I can use the cloth. So no medical system can do without anything, any side effects. I can do it. Only thing we have to follow, because there are the clinical procedures, we have to follow strictly this thing. We are not using any medication. We are not using any medication, but we do it simply. These are all the cleansing processes. Then there is chanting of different mantras, different vowel sounds, which will harmonize your brain system. So like this, the purification is the first for wellness. Second one is, that's a diet modification. Diet is an important aspect in your life. So which is a pleasurable thing, at the same time, it also leads to many problems. So the entire metabolic system, metabolism, what we are talking about, inception, digestion, absorption, circulation, elimination, then relaxation. If these six aspects I am talking about, metabolism, it will lead to non-communicable disease, what we are talking about, diabetes, hypertension, etc. That's why yoga has taken care the proper diet modification, what to eat in the morning hours, when we really, according to the nature, when the appetite grows. So in the afternoon, what is the right time to? What are the different dishes we have to take? Same thing about the dinner time, everything has been mentioned. Especially closely Ayurveda has given a wonderful concepts, and that's why tuning towards with the nature that will come. Then we do our work, standing, sitting, etc. There are so many postural deformities. If anybody does some 6 types of postures every day, we can prevent many of the postural deformities. That's called postural modification. There are several asanas, but this is the one. Then breathe modification. Then it comes to the relaxation. Relaxes lead to concentration. Concentration to the meditation. So only meditation when you start, then our real yoga practice starts. So meditation leads to mild behavior modification. Behavioral modification leads to the lifestyle change. Then we are come. This is the model we use in the how we can live well. It's only by modifying my false lifestyle and live well. This is the model. I'm showing you now few slides. So what are the practices we recommend? So I'm showing you the Jalaniti and Sutraniti. So nowadays we are suffering with a lot of pollution. Every alternative day or at least twice in a week or once in a week. Just if it is not possible, morning just you can have a steam air like this, then you do it like this. I shown it, it's not the proper time. Just 1 minute till nasal passages will be washed in a good environment. We can prevent many of the respiratory diseases. So immediately after in a good atmosphere, you breathe for 10-15 times, so we can keep a little bit our lungs ready. Same thing, if it is not so, then you can use the wash the nasal passage with the water. Just to bend in the morning, and pour it, and it will come to the end of the nostril. Like this alternatively, then clean it, that's all. So if you want to go further, if you want to use some massaging effect, you can use the thread, rubber thread or the cotton thread. So that will be wonderful for the migraine and different disorders. So any of the insomnia patients, any of the migraine etc., which are getting trouble, so we use only 20-25 rupees for this, nothing else. The cost of this small pot is some 20 rupees. The thread is about 5-6 rupees. That's all. Learn it for 2-3 days and use it properly, and we can overcome many nasal allergies. We can overcome the migraine. We can overcome many of the disorders. So research, we have plenty of research on this. People now in our institute comes for these small yoga programs, capsule what we call, they have been immensely benefited. Like this, we can have many of the eye disorders, we have yoga programs. For the stomach problems or the acidity, hyperacidity, etc. There also we have clinical procedures and very simple. Most importantly, we are not using any medication. They're all natural manipulation processes or something using the cloth or water or air. So there is a procedure and accordingly we'll do that. So next wonderful practice is Surya Namaskar. Lot of discussions nowadays taking about. Just to sensitize, Surya Namaskara is a practice and Surya Namaskara is a upasana. If you believe a Surya as a god, something, they will do it religiously, upasana. Like this, we have many gods and goddesses in our country. So that's why there is a Gayatri Namaskar, there is a Chandra Namaskar, there is a Hanuman Namaskar. So anyone think they think, what is Namaskar? Whenever we go to any deity or any Gurudwara or masjid, etc., even then they go to the mosque for namaz, they also do some practices. So why? They are doing some physical posture, they are doing some pranayama or the breathing practice, they are doing some chanting. You can go everywhere. Even I have examined all these things. Even the churches, they all do only thing because when you go there, you want to calm down our mind. You want to silence our mind. So that's why sometimes it is natural silence, otherwise yes. This is one aspect of Surya Namaskar. So, but why Surya Namaskar has been dominated? It is designed with only 6 postures, or some people use 7 postures. In a cyclic manner, all the 6 chakras, I use the word yogic Surya Namaskar because I am using the 6 chakras to regulate the activities there. Once you do all these things on 2 or 3 rounds or 4 rounds, I am feeling the entire spinal column relaxed. My entire nervous system is relaxed. I am becoming more feeling like light and being very active, dynamic. So like this, that's why we use it. So my opinion is that Surya Namaskar is a complete yoga practice if it is properly practiced. Take it as a sadhana. If any of our religion or other things is coming, give it up. Give it up the chanting, that is, etc. Take the only positive aspect of the sadhana and do it. So otherwise you do it in your own manner, applying the principles of Surya Namaskara so that we can get benefit. This is my comment about the Surya Namaskara. Then Yogasana comes. So very important principle of Yogasana is to bring harmony in different systems of the body, so that I can channelize my energy, not to just fitness program. So we use some 6 type of postures. Forward bending. And how we start a forward bending? I start bending my neck. I begin my asana. Then I start bending my trunk. A little bit better. Then I reach my toe. So like this, there is no end for forward bending. No, I cannot do that first asana. I am showing the one good classical posture there. But even if I start doing bending I will show you what are the principles. Bending the neck in a proper manner, following the breathing and also consciousness, that's all. So you can go over the time, we or you or anybody can practice to the maximum extent the classical postures what are available. The second one is the backward bending. Most importantly, we don't bend backward. So that's why in yoga there are many postures. In the standing we have postures like Ardha Chakrasana, so many asanas. In the sitting we have Ushtrasana, Gomukasana, so many postures. And in the prone lying, all the prone lying postures are backward bending postures. Then we have postures in the supine lying also. So you used to have Matsyasana, except Chakrasana. Why I would like to tell, we do bend forward and backward all the joints and ligaments. Suppose I am bending backward, so I am dropping my neck, I am dropping my trunk part, I am dropping my knees, etc. wherever the joints are there. So then it comes to the twisting, expressed with the trunk twisting, left and right. So then it goes to the lateral bending, and then it goes to the topsy-turvy. Then it goes to the relaxation or the balancing postures. The aim of these yogasanas bring the harmony, what we call in modern terminology, I am taking care of 5 vital organs: the heart, the lungs, the brain, the liver, and the kidneys. So the 5 vital organs. Then we added the spinal column. All the asanas are related. Then spinal column to the brain. Then our sympathetic and parasympathetic network. This is what we are taking care. Then slowly we come into the endocrinal glands. So vital organs to this endocrinal system and also to the sympathetic nervous system. These are the things what we take to the higher aspects of yoga. When if you can see the one Padmasana, the scientifically how we balance the triangular base, the center of gravity where it falls from the center top of the skull, then into the nabi and into the anus, then it is balanced. There you can sit for a longer time. This is devised by yogis not now 400 years back, so several thousand years back. In 2200 BC we can find these postures. In Jaina philosophy also we can find in the 4th century or 5th century literature we get these postures. 108 postures I got in the Jaina Yoga scriptures. So that means there is no darshana or religion. I call it the religion, but in yoga we take it to darshana. No darshana is barred from the practices of yoga. Because yoga only leads for the management of the mind. Mind management is very important for the spiritual evolution. So these are some of the postures. Even in the standing, like this, we can take up these are the practices we put up for.